Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, world. Welcome back to my YouTube space.
The other side is far more diligent about looking for that Messiah than we are, because they know where to look.
Think about it. Yes, think about it. Louis Farrakhan once said, "Ever wondered why white people are so much into the business of black people?"
We are like hating you when we get together. You got to be in on everything we do. Let's listen to what they say and see. What are they talking about? What are they doing?
You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like.
I'm gonna talk about this video. I get it from Louis Sport. Louis Sport is doing an amazing job, and this video of Katt Williams explaining why white people pay more attention or fear black people. That's what I'm gonna talk about it today. First of all, let's watch this video and then we go react on it as we do always.
If you had the ability to control the black people on this planet, there isn't anything that you couldn't take, dismantle, destroy, or interrupt if you could mobilize black people. And so part of the ops agenda, a part of their modus operandi, is to find out which one of you is a potential leader. And if you are, then we begin a work of progress on your life, which will make people get off of that. It's a part of it, as much as in any defense, you trying to figure out which way this dude is likely to go so I can rip that ball. It's the same.
Pay attention to what Katt Williams says, and you'll find it's true. Well-known black leaders in the past have been assassinated for less. Minister Louis Farrakhan risked a similar fate.
We don't get a favorable sign from the government that I am welcome, and no pledge of security for us.
His message is feared, and a lot of people are aware of what he is capable of doing when it comes to uniting black people.
In closing, I want you to take this pledge.
That same question about fearing, the white people fearing, what will the black folks do and stuff? We should be running down the street screaming, ramping, and raving, because when you look at the statistics, who is the one dying?
I was brought up in, quote, Bedford-Stuyvesant in my town. But I would like to say what scares us is I think we hear violence.
From us, we do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us.
Now, considering the danger a black leader faces trying to unite black people, should every black person then educate oneself and stand alone as a leader instead of waiting for one?
Being the leader of yourself gets you nothing. The people demand to be led regardless. There's not 13 shepherds and all these sheep. Why? Because it's unnecessary. Just one. Just one that has the connection with the sheep, which allows the sheep who has a brain about that small to be able to just focus on eating grass and not worry about falling off a cliff. We have the desire as humans to be led. We want to be led into battle. We want to be led into the football game. This is all because this is how we are wired. The cheerleaders and the pomp and circumstance, that goes back to the times of first humanity, because we do need that.
We now get into the point where Katt Williams speaks of two groups waiting for the Messiah. Black people sitting and waiting for the Messiah, while the other party in fact knows where to look for the Messiah.
The other side is far more diligent about looking for that Messiah than we are, because they know where to look.
Think about it. Yes, think about it. Louis Farrakhan once said, "Ever wondered why white people are so much into the business of black people?"
We are like hating you when we get together. You got to be in on everything we do. Let's listen to what they saying. See, what are they talking about? What are they doing?
You probably wonder, why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it? I don't pay attention to things I don't like. The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still going to be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer. Black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. That's just why they chopped those noses off of the Pharaoh and the Sphinx in Egypt in the first place, is because without this nose, we can tell you this is whoever it is. But with that nose, it can only be. Why would somebody vandalize a whole face and only vandalize one part? Nobody wanted to knock an eye off or take an ear off or no chins missing. No, just the nose. Because it's a brand.
Welcome back. Katt Williams is one of the people who talks at it is. He need to be protected at any cost. I see that from a lot of comments because he has wisdom. And there is some points he made on this video why white people pay a lot of attention to black people. First of all, he said that white people, or the history of black people, was deleted. The history of black people is hidden, and the only people who knows the history of black people are whites, and that's why they pay so much attention to us, simply because they don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to go in that room where our history is there, because once we know it, we go come great and better. And they pay so much attention simply because they know we are great. Now, he gave an example, which I know a lot of people will not accept with this example. Maybe a lot of Christians and Muslims or religious people will not accept with this example. He gave us an example of Christians, for example. They are looking for or waiting for Christ. They are waiting for Jesus Christ. They are waiting for Jesus Christ to come and save them. And he has said that white people, on the other hand, they don't, or they are not waiting, or they are not even talking about it, because they know where they will tap to touch that blessings, or they know where they will go and to get this savior. And now a lot of white people pay attention on black people so that we don't get that knowledge. That's what they are preventing us from happening. And he gave an example of how the pyramids of Egypt was chopped off the nose. It is now shapeless because there is no nose. And he gave up. I know you have watched that video. And I'm gonna react on something. Why do white people fear black people? I sat down, done my research, because me too, I was asking that the same question. If Africa, or if blacks are poor, we don't have the knowledge, we cannot do anything for us, why do they fear us so much? And yet, us as black people, we don't have the history of killing white people, but they have the history of, eliminating black people. We as black people, we don't have that history of eliminating them, but they have the history. I was asking myself, me and a lot of people, we have been asking, why do they fear us so much? Yet we don't have history of eliminating them. We are the poorest. We are not intelligent. We are like blah blah blah. We are just down. We are a third class people, but they fear us that much. Why? And I came to these answers. First of all, why they pay so much attention is because of the historical context, like colonization, slavery, and segregation that left lasting legacies. So this history often shape perceptions and interactions between racial groups. Without our history, their history is not there. Without the slavery, the colonization and everything, their history too is not shaped well. Without our history of segregation, they are not superior. Another thing is because of the culture influence. Black people have influenced so much in culture, even in Western world, like in football, in music. Everywhere you will get black people in fashion, everywhere, and art. We are a significant influence globally, and many white people admire and engage with with the black people because of the greatness. When you see basketballers, the American, all those who are famous basketballers, most of them are black. Footballers, black. Sports everywhere, in marathon, 100 meters, black people. Music, black people. So we have shaped and influenced the culture of the white people. Even when they are thriving well in the music industry, they are winning in basketball, leaving a legacy behind, is because of the cultural influence of the black people. We have something we call stereotypes and bias. Now, sometimes attention comes from stereotypes and unconscious biases, which can lead to both negative and positive forms of attention. Sometimes you may find them being attentive because of stereotypes they have been given. Mostly, these the children and of white people that are growing up. There's this stereotype they have grown with, that black people are like this and like that. So they will give us attention so that to see, are they really like this? Are they really living in the trees? Are they? And they give us that attention so much. It is a wide range of topic which comprises of stereotypes and misinformation. But why do you think they fear black people that much? Why do you think they fear black people that much? We'll go back again to the historical of racism, because colonization, all of that, the idea deeply embedded the culture and institution. There is this fear that when this group come like this, they will overturn. Just like what happened in South Africa. Segregation happened, apartheid happened, and when the black man get the power, they were thinking that things will overturn. They start doing this. We have seen in Zimbabwe and everywhere. Fear of losing social power. The fear of losing social power. Like in society where white people have historically held power, there may be subsequent fear of shifting power dynamics, and this fear can manifest the anxiety about changes in social, political, economical, as everything will not be the same. And I'll give an example of South Africa. Fear of changing, fear of losing the economical power, fear of losing supremacy. There's a way. Let's give attention to them. We fear them, because when they do this, damn it, they're gonna get this and they'll become so powerful, and that's why they will be saying, oh, poor, yeah, but you'll get a lot of white countries, Western countries are here in Africa with the military base just there. Why are they putting these military bases in Africa? Why do you think why do you think Western countries have military bases in Africa? What are they protecting? Why do you think USA has military base in Kenya? Why? What are they fear? They fear that we will go and fight them, so they are here to protect? Or what are they protecting? Do we have wars? We have internal conflicts where Gen Zs have gone to the street. But have we ever seen them coming out to help? No. But why are they in our countries? Why are they in Africa? Fear of losing what they are getting in Africa. The fear of losing this exploitation. The fear of losing the resources. So their military bases are just here sitting, doing nothing, protecting their lands, because they know they have grabbed a lot of land. They know they are exploiting Africa. They know they are doing some things, and they don't want to lose that. So that fear has led them to bring their military bases in Africa. So when we talk about Africa is poor, Africa like this, black people like this, it is just a story to make us think that we are not great. But deep down they know we are the real deal. Deep down they know just a little mistake and we know our history. We know our identity. Everything is shut down. Just one step, black people to come together, unite, Afro-Caribbeans, Black Americans, and Africa shut down. And that's why a lot of leaders that were talking about the unity of Black people, like Malcolm X and etc., they were eliminated simply because they were bringing Black people near to the truth. You see, we have talked about Black Jesus, and now everyone knows that Jesus is Black, and we have that knowledge. Now it's like, it has changed everything. So this is the real reason why they pay a lot of attention to Black people, or they fear Black people. Some of them were saying that we fear Black people because they are uncivilized. They are not civilized. There are a lot of chaos. They have violence. But let me ask you a question. Between whites, let me ask you this question. Between the supremacy or the colonizer and the slave, who was so violent? Who had the history of eliminating? I don't know. Tell me in the comment section. What do you think about this video? Okay? Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscription button. If you are my subscriber, please, thank you so much. And again, you can continue supporting me by sending super thanks or joining my membership channel. Let's bring Africa strong, or let's be part of, spreading awareness, be part of spreading Pan-Africanism, and etc. Until next episode, I say peace be with you.